definitely. Recording over there already. Cool. Yeah. So, where are you from?
I'm from Bremerton. I grew up around here.
Yeah.
Kind of northeast Bremerton, but yeah. I've been born and raised here.
Born and raised here. What first got you into the idea of like building guitars?
I started playing. My friend David got me into playing guitar and turned me on to a lot of cool music. And then from playing guitar, somehow or another, I got the idea of I guess I started taking apart my guitar and trying to customize it and stuff. And somehow or another, I just got the idea to try to build one. I don't know what led to it, but
What was the first build?
I had a PV Predator, like Stratocaster style. And so I basically copied that. Like I made a Stratocaster type guitar, and the body was pretty good for the first guitar, but then the neck was totally garbage.
Did you take a neck off another guitar? Everything was from scratch? Or?
It was all from scratch.
Yeah?
Yeah, first one.
What access did you have to machinery and stuff at the time?
Oh yeah, so I had a Dremel tool and a router and a handheld jigsaw, and that's it.
Just put together three simple garage tools.
And some hand tools.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's
hand
awesome.
sander. I think I just hand sanded. I didn't even have power sanders.
Nice.
So yeah, pretty basic.
But it worked? It played?
Yeah, it played.
You still have it?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. That would be a cool thing to get a shot of.
It's definitely reflects my personality and attitude.
How old were you at the time?
16, I think.
16?
Yeah, I think so. Kind of forget now.
Did you immediately start trying to build guitars for friends and stuff, or was that I need some more training before I do this?
No, I think I knew enough to be kind of modest about it. So I would show people, kind of show off, but I knew that they weren't that good. But and I'd show my guitar teacher and stuff. But yeah, I think I made probably 4, maybe not completed, but I made probably 4 guitars before I actually went to guitar school. So I was kind of getting a lot of practice, and they were getting pretty good, except for the neck. I could never figure out how to make the neck right. I didn't know about truss rods and how to lay out the scale length really accurately and stuff. But the bodies are pretty basic. They're not really that complicated, so I figured that out pretty quick.
Yeah. With the necks, was it just trial and error before you, or you just didn't have a rod in there at all, or what were you doing?
Maybe one of them I did start to try to figure that out, but I didn't really know what I was doing.
It was just full send at a kid, right?
Yeah, and I was just copying that PV still. That's all I had, so I just did my best to see how that was built and look at how it was made and stuff. So I was doing these split necks with a truss rod down the middle, I guess. Yeah, later I learned how to do it a little different. So
yeah, and that was at the Roberto?
Yeah, Roberto Van. That was the school I went to right out of high school. I worked at Burger King for a while, for maybe it seemed like a long time, but it was probably 2 months.
Yeah,
and then
that is an eternity.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. I didn't have Burger King.
Yeah, but that was cool for a while. But then I went to the school, and it was in Phoenix.
Yeah.
In Arizona.
Did you have any connection down there or was it just?
No, my parents found it.
On and out.
Yeah, my parents found the school because when I found something I was good at and excelled in, they really wanted to help, focus me on that, and they helped me out a lot. And so they got me set up down there, and yeah, I didn't have any connection, so I just kind of rented a studio apartment and went to the school and was just 100% in. So
yeah,
it was, in a way, it was actually really good to do it when I was that age, because I had no other commitments or no responsibilities. I could just dive in 100%. There was other guys there that were older and adults that had families they had to leave for a few months, and had to try to find work while they were there, but I was just totally free to go to school. So
just chase the dream.
Yes.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Parents sound like very
they were so helpful. I couldn't have done this.
Motivating people.
Yeah, I couldn't have done it without them.
Are they from here too?
Well, they were originally from upstate New York, but my dad came here in the Navy.
Okay.
In '84 when I was born, and then just we stayed here.
Nice. 84, I'm 86, yeah, my dad came here in 91. Yeah.
With the Navy?
Navy, yeah, same thing.
Yep.
It's that kind of place.
Yeah, Navy town, yep.
Yeah, for sure. Next question. Started talking about dads, spaced out. So when did you come back to Bremerton and open up your own place? Did you work anywhere else first?
Oh yeah, so I did the school, and it's a few months, 5 or 6 months, and then one of the teachers there asked me to stay on and work with him for a while, Robert, and he wanted to kind of branch out a little and do more repair work, so he wanted me to help him and do that, and it worked out pretty good. I don't know if I was really that much help to him, but I learned a lot at the time. And then during that was just a couple more, 2-3 months maybe. And then I had this crazy opportunity pop up where Irvin Samaji called the school, and he's a world-renowned master luthier, just kind of the best. And he called the school, and I don't know if he was looking for help or what, but one of the teachers was talking to him and said, hey, you should interview this guy John, and so I had this chance to go interview with Irvin, and he's in kind of Berkeley, Oakland, California area. And I went up there and worked with him for maybe a week or something, and he thought it was a good fit, so he invited me up, and I ended up working with him for a few months. He would have liked it if I could be a full-time apprentice, and that would have been like 2 years. But I just couldn't do it. It didn't work out for me, so I kind of interned with him and worked with him for a while, but I wasn't like one of his full apprentices.
Why didn't you want to stick around for the 2 years?
Oh, I had some stuff come up, and I was, so then I was probably 19.
Was there a girl?
So I was just a little immature at the time, and it was like, just maybe bit off more than I can chew, but it all worked out in the end, and I learned a lot from him. So it was really good for me, actually, because then I got to come back here and do this. But I've always felt bad that I kind of let him down. I wasn't able to. He spent all this time training me, and then I was like, oh, sorry, I gotta go.
Oh no.
So, but he was a great guy, super nice, and he's so smart. He's a master luthier, and he's like a good communicator and a good teacher. He's written a couple books that are just the go-to book for guitar builders. So
did you immediately open up shop when you came back up here, or?
Oh no, so yeah, I came back here, and it was a little kind of transition time, and I went back and I worked for another Burger King for a while. Met some cool people there, and then I got a construction job, and that was cool. That was good. I worked for some good people and learned how to work hard, and kind of built some character there. That was a few months maybe. Again, it seemed like an eternity at the time, but It wasn't. Looking back, it really wasn't. I don't even think it was a full year. And then while I was doing that, I tried to do repair work on the side, and I was always on the weekends, and whenever I was not at work, I was trying to build guitars still. At that time, I was working in my parents' garage, so this is, maybe I'm 20 now, and, not even, 19. Yeah, 19, and,
so how long was the Luthier school? I'm trying to get all this timeline.
Yeah. So it's only a few months.
Okay.
It's like just it's not like a college or anything. It's like a trade school type thing, and they're actually really good at what they do. They can take anybody off the street and they teach you how to use the tools and how to do the work, and it's all laid out really well. And they do a really good job. They don't teach a whole lot of repair work. They try to, but I think it's just so much more to do that. But they teach you how to build guitars.
So you'd gone to school like straight 18 basically, right?
Yeah.
And then were there for a few months, and then you get a phone call from this guy from Berkeley, go down there for a few more months, or was it a year there? Or?
No, it was a few months.
A few months, and then came back up, and you're like, all right, I got this knowledge from this guy, this knowledge from this guy, but
I was so
Try
excited.
construction and Burger King at the same time.
Yeah, well, I had to do something. You know, I needed a job. It's not like...
It wasn't a paid apprenticeship, I take it,
No.
working with this guy in California. So you really kind of dependent on
Yeah, my
money
parents
coming
for
from an
sure.
outside source. Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, there's a limit to that. And then I, you know, had to start paying my way. So I was trying to work at the same time and figure out what to do. And it's not really a clear path for luthiers. You know, a lot of people that go to Roberto Bend, maybe they're really lucky if you get an apprenticeship, but most people go work at a small shop or one of the big companies. And not everybody necessarily becomes like an independent luthier. So, so I was trying to figure out what to do. You know, what was I going to do? I was a little unsure what to do after I left California with Irvin, but I was still really into it and really gung-ho. So I started building guitars in the garage again, and had the idea to start doing repair work. I think maybe people just started asking me because I guess when people hear you build guitars, they're like, well, hey, can you fix this? And sure, I can fix that. And being able to build a guitar gave me just confidence that I can fix things because I know how it's built and I'm not afraid to take it apart. So I can just tear into stuff and I'm not worried about being able to fix it. So
Yeah.
So I guess I was working a job and then getting more and more repair work, and I was actually a couple times I would have people like come to my parents' house, and I'm this like 19-year-old kid, and I'm having them come to my parents' house and take their guitar, and it's kind of crazy that people even did that. Like I'm not sure that I would do that, you know, just like go to somebody's house but anyway, it worked. And I also got hooked up with the music stores, so I was doing work for Ted Brown Music for a while. I had a connection there through my guitar teacher, and then the folks there kind of knew me and were willing to trust me to work on stuff, so I started doing that, and things just snowballed to where I got more and more work. And then the opportunity came to find this building, so I found this building and was able to start renting here, and it just hit the ground running.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
So it's 16 years now that I've been
16 years.
Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome.
2004.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got back around here 2011 is when I got out of the military. I met this guy, Jeff Woods, who's a firefighter up in Kingston. He's the one who originally told me, he's like, you need a guitar stuff.
Yeah.
There's this young kid out in Manette.
That sounds familiar, yeah, sure.
But at the time, so in my head, like, you were this young kid for a while, and I was like, oh, we're around the same age. So
Right.
I guess I was a young kid to him too. Yeah, that's crazy. Been at it for a while. So did you get the building, or are you still renting?
Yeah, own it now. Yeah.
Nice.
That was a crazy circumstance too. It was just really fortunate. The guy retired and wanted to sell it, so it worked out really well.
And you'd already been here for a couple of years.
Yeah, and John
Millis?
was a big influence too. He knew the guy and was like, yeah, just sell it, John.
Just sell it.
He was, yeah.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, he was awesome.
John's a good guy to know for sure.
Yeah.
What's one of your favorite projects that you've worked on?
Well, I built this acoustic guitar. It's I call it the Suprematism guitar because that's the art style that I designed it based off of. And that's by far my favorite. It was I kind of think of it as being my masterpiece. I mean, I don't know if I can call it that myself, but it's definitely really special to me. It was like the guy allowed me to do whatever I want and was willing to pay for it. So it was free reign to do the guitar I've always wanted to do. So that was my favorite build anyway. And then with the repairs, there's just been hundreds of cool things, but it's hard to pick a favorite.
You ever get to do another one of those?
Not yet, no. I mean, I'm happy about all of them I build now.
Yeah.
They're all pretty unique and special things, but that was my favorite for sure. Yeah, seeing it come together, and then people were happy to see it, and that's always nice when people give you a little praise for something you poured yourself into, and people were really happy about it.
So yeah, what do you go through right now? The project that you're working on right now that we're filming.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh yeah, the little guitar. Yeah, so that's another cool project. It's kind of years in the making, but another great customer that I've worked with for years, and done repair work for him, and he's a great kind of guitar collector and a guitar player, and we've talked about it for years and years and years, and he found wood that he wanted to build, so he got this Brazilian rosewood and gave it to me, and finally decided on the shape and size we wanted, and so I'm finally building that, and it'll be kind of like a vintage Martin. It's a 00 size with a slotted peg head, a 12th fret neck joint. So just a real basic Martin style guitar, but it'll be just really special, great woods, kind of rare stuff, and so it'll be cool. I'm really happy about it. Even though it's not all flashy and stuff, it's still like a really special guitar to build.
I grew up learning how to play on an old Takamine, like a 72 Takamine, and same thing, that Martin style stock. So that's when I actually could afford a Martin. That was what I got. It's like I don't have just what. But actually, I love that Takamine. It sounds great. My mom got it, I think, when she was like 12. So that was the old guitar in the attic that still sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And still play it today.
Yeah.
You said next Monday you'll be working on it again, and then it's just kind of like a slow moving thing.
It is, yeah. So the way things work now is I used to build more guitars, and I had kind of a waiting list, but it was a weird transition going from that to repairs, because maybe I wasn't quite charging enough for the guitars, and I wasn't doing it consciously, but I was doing more repair work and kind of letting the guitar building fall away a little bit, because I just, money's coming in from doing repair work, and I just got to pay the bills and stuff. So that kind of slowly fell away, and then it took me, I'm kind of slow, so it took me like years to figure out what was going on, and I kind of realized that I needed to charge more for the guitars and maybe make fewer of them. Yeah. It would just kind of naturally happen when the price goes up. People order fewer of them. And so,
but the quality gets to go up too.
Yeah,
right?
It does, and they get more special. Yeah, because they're one-off pieces. So I build maybe one guitar a year now, and then everything else is repair work. Hundreds of guitars a year that I work on. So. Yeah. But that's the way it works, and I kind of like it. I really like the repairs and fixing things and troubleshooting, so I really enjoy that.
Nice. And then once a year there's that special someone.
Yeah.
Who gets a John Thayer original.
Yeah, it always seems kind of out of the blue, and it just pieces fall together and then we build a guitar.
That's awesome.